I'm a Scorpio moon. That is of my vibrational frequency. I've been seeking truth my whole life. In every instance.
Yes, you have.
Because I know that there's something called truth that exists. So, every show I watched, every song I heard, every person I've ever encountered, and I've traveled
You traveled a lot.
so many miles in my whole incarnation. Not because I wanted to. It's because when you're a tuning fork of truth, you go to where the truth is. I don't live where I want to live. I'm assigned by truth. What? We not mom. Verified by science. From Salem, Oregon. Because I followed my heart, as my brother would begrudgingly say. You've always been the one to follow your heart. You're the fool. And that gets me through YouTube chats to Taos, goddamn New Mexico, which I never, ever, I tell people this place was never on my radar of places to even visit. Because why? So I could go kick it around a little square and eat some chocolate? Like the effort that it takes to get here? It's a people's zoo. I don't like people's zoos. They're lies. I'm not... anyway, because genetics, the magnetics of genetics, Mom? They brought us here because my whole life I've been looking for where Mom came from, and then God brought us back to where she was born. Because that happens every fucking day. My life is so remarkable that mediocre people, I'll never come across their FYP. Because like attracts like, and there's nothing about me that's mediocre. So the world full of mediocrity, all those alumni, all those people that care about the things that they're related to, well, Mom and I never had that privilege, so fuck all that shit. You know, Freemasons, my brother's, like, you know, he's one, you know, his practice, father-in-law is a Nazi. He got all the privilege. And because he followed his ego and I followed my heart. There we go, how's that? A little too much. So, it's rainy, flooding in New Mexico. One confirmed death. I know. It's nothing like what they're doing. I know. See, that's the thing is, like, the flooding in New Mexico, it's been going down. It happened a couple months ago, and there's all this devastation, and, you know, people lost all their things, and I don't remember nobody from North Carolina coming out and freaking digging. You know what I mean? Like, whatever your frequency is, whatever your heart is drawn to, and that is the storyline in which we are to receive. So I try to keep my, you know, whatever comes at me, whether the freaking, you know, the back hill where we live washes out and the, you know, all I can do is keep my vessel strong enough to dig out. But see, we've been surviving our whole life, huh, Mom? Yeah. See, because we ain't never been welcome in the world that everybody else was welcome. We didn't get invited to all the little tourist towns and look at all the stupid shops and buy all the dumb T-shirts with the name on it, you know, that supports just those people that own those shops. And there's still hill people and people that, you know, are fucking freezing to death in the winter. It's a mankind thing. So I just hope I can keep us in enough graces by, I don't know, every now and again, like doing something for somebody that just lets them know that freaking people, not everybody on planet Earth sucks. Because so many people on planet Earth suck. Just because of their free will. Just because they choose not to do anything. My FYP is showing up on good things, though. People are adopting people. They're because we never had nobody. We've been like always had adopted grandparents and like people that I don't know. They didn't never really liked us. It was more like they pitied us. It's still they brought us into their homes and fed us from time to time. So at least we got to witness how other people lived, right? I got to see how a lot of other people lived. I've been a traveler for a long time. Mom was a traveler long before me. Well, one thing that we managed to do is that when we because we've lost loved ones along the way, we know how important it is that you always take your loved ones with you, We lived in our car with the cats, right? Out of the car with the cats and stuff. Huh, Stanley, how are you? You had a kitty meow meow? So, well, we ended up right back where Mom was born, and still we haven't been embraced. And I think that's an interesting because I'm coming across other people. I went to Ricky. I like the people at Ricky's. They're so nice. Ricky, I guess he's done a lot of really cool stuff. They did a YouTube video about him. Like he's done a lot of stuff for like kids that have lived on the street and stuff. And I don't know. I like to tell them my ideas of how I want to help street. The disenfranchised. I'm going to have a travel center where people can come and shower, do laundry, decompress, stay as long as they want. Just no blues and no booze. Those are the prerequisites. Yeah, and you don't got money to stay. There's other ways that people can earn their keep because we'll have dog and cat rescue. We'll have indoor enclosures because like so many other places like people need rescuing, animals need rescuing. So they instead of having them running around in packs and getting that mentality and causing harm and wreaking havoc in the community, just bring them here. We'll put them in a kennel. We'll feed them, and if the owners want them, we'll make sure everybody gets a meal because that's what people should. That's how it should be on planet Earth. And if people like my travel center ideas, or they can come and make a, and another amenity that you can have is if you got an old car, stuff like that. Oh, we'll have a shop facility. So bring it right, pull it into the bay, and then we'll teach you how to fix your own stuff. But we'll have all the tools that you could use to make it easier for you, but you'll have the know-how and the ability and access to parts and education and stuff like that. Nice and proper, nice and safe. Hi, Rebecca. See, I got all these ideas. I just can't talk to the fucking idiots that are already running the place, and they will never allow these ideas anyway. But if the earth changes and it's really shifting in the way that the astrology says, or if people keep going towards the trajectory of their own imposed free will, God, I see where that goes. I see where everybody just going out and doing whatever they want whenever they want. I see where it's leading people. So yeah, we got flooding in New Mexico. We've had it though, and nobody cared. It was never national news. It's never. The group has to be important before people. You have to have a lot of people die. It's just so weird, like what people. And I understand. And ultimately, the way I look at it, it all looks like a war zone. All the stuff, it all looks like a war zone. All the fires that are going on. At the end of it, all looks like, boom, battle zero Earth. And then I think about all the places, all the freaking kids that we scared to death. All the fucking harm us as America, as a nation. See, because karma's real, and if we got to start healing, we got to start looking at the freaking garbage that we are. The first thing to do is admit that we got a problem, and us fucking killing innocent people in other countries for bullshit storylines. We got to be able to say, hey, it's okay. We got to be able to say, hey, we're sorry, we suck. We were just doing what we were told by a bunch of freaking bureaucrats. But I only did 6 years at least. I broke myself for my country. I'm a mutant. I'm a mutant. I am no longer able to fit in mainstream society because I do not have the tolerance and the capacity to tolerate the bullshit of the systems in which they created that made it intolerable for other people to live. I defended a country so the country can let people fucking rot in the streets. That doesn't make sense. And they're still trying to perpetuate the storyline of elections. And people, like where I live, there's like Harris and whatever, they're all right. Like you're telling me that you are an NPC. That's what NPCs are to me. To me, in my mind and all my intricacies and quirkiness, NPCs are all those people that meander around in tourist towns and all those people that go to sports coliseum. Those are all NPCs to me. Every single one of them. Every single person that I was an NPC. I put myself right in the middle of every program. Military program. Purposefully. Just so I could see the mentality of the people that operated in those realms. So I could decide where I wanted to comfortably be. And where am I? Hanging out with my mom? My cat? My 3 dogs? Fucking Taos, New Mexico. I recently came across a lady that reads faces. I would love for her to read my face. Yeah, she talked, the first video I ever saw her do, she does that dude. That dude is evil. And I watched that video that Mel Gibson did about Defoe, about how he flew in. And like you can't lie, that like his mannerisms when he tells, like he's shook, and every time he tells, and when you could tell that he's in a different room and it's a different time and place, but still when he tells that story, he's disturbed to his core because he puts himself in the frequency of being there. And that guy, I mean, that guy has always been primeval to me. You can tell who people are, and she talks about it. So I'm trying. Believe it or not, I'm really trying to be aware of what my face is doing, Ma. You know, 'cause they used to say if you make your face ugly, it'll stay that way. I don't want my face to stay that way. Hey, Middle Pancakes. Hey, Rebecca. So what's that? Hey, if you're still here, I don't know if you're still here. What's that bitten, guys? I guess I'm just kind of curious, but I remember seeing there before, and then like, I was glad to see you in his chat. I was more happy to see you in his chat than listen to what he had to say. Okay. What I understand is happening right now is everybody has masculine and feminine energy in them. And the feminine is flaring. It's activating. So it's activating in the sky, and so it's activating in the individual. And if people don't like soft and fluffy, they're going to overcompensate and be more macho machismo. And it don't matter what your gender is. It don't matter if you're a man. It don't matter if you're a woman. And this stuff comes out sideways behaviorally. So, influx. And we have a lot of water energy right now. As within, so without. You know, people are stirred within emotion. You know, the currency that flows within us creates our reality. I understand that in a way that I really, really, really try very hard to be able to put into words. So, I don't know. Don't do that. You'll break your tooth. Okay. Ah. See? What? Huh?
Don't do that.
you'll break your tooth. I don't want to break my tooth.
Have to be careful.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. I won't go to no dentist. I live in. People do not go. People go to Espanola to get fucking blood work done. They don't even like go to the hospital in Taos. Like you go in for a hangnail, they cut off your leg. I mean, it's weird. Like the mentality of what people think. It's not health care. It's weird, man. What planet Earth has gotten itself into, Ma.
That's right.
I think I should take it out. It's been a few days. I'm curious as to see what it looks like, Ma.
That would be interesting.
My barber French braided it for me. I got the best barber. She's such a good kid. She's such a good kid. And oh, that's another storyline that's transpiring a lot right now. Ma, we may not have a lot of brains in our... We got heart, maybe not a lot of brains, but we sure got a heck of a smile and really cool hair. Oh my goodness. Although I do have a cousin or a relative that she did give me her number. Maybe it's time that I message her back. But my dog died, so I've been in a heightened state. I've been disassociated. I haven't been on planet Earth, and quite frankly, I'm not real sure if I'm ever coming back down. You know it? So all these people, all these big old macho dudes, god damn, that looks fucking rad. I'm gonna have to send her a picture of that. That looks so cool. I don't ever wear my hair down. I did. This is the iPhone 13 is no different than the 7 and 8. They just. That looks really cool, Ma. What do you think? What do you think of that, Ma?
That's nice.
Evidently, the maintenance man came over yesterday. I go outside and like, I know I got one. I'm one of those. I'm hyper vigilant. I can tell when shit, you know. And there was a pool noodle there, and I was like, okay, they came to weatherize. So I looked at the door because usually they don't latch it back up. And then that's my racing stripe. You like that? White hair?
That's good.
People are like, grow up! When are you gonna mature? I'm like, dude, that ain't not gonna happen. Anyway, so there was a pool noodle out just in the walkway. And then I looked at in where the water heater was, and they put a blanket on it, like a weather-wise blanket. It stays. Ooh, wait. I hope they don't cover the AC.
Yeah.
Because I can cover that myself if it gets... But I don't think it's going to get super uber cold in here. Frankly. Okay, now I'm going to turn it around because it looks better on that camera. Woo! I don't have a whole lot of hair, honestly. I can edit out my... Look, Ma. Whoa. Look at that. Look at that.
That's a lot of color.
You like that?
Very pretty. Good choice.
Good choice. I didn't make it. Oh, I haven't seen Eli Yoder in a while.
You're not bored.
He was an Amish dude, and the stuff that comes up on my FYP. It's funny. Anyway, he was an Amish dude, and then he became a 3D-ian.
Oh, wow.
There. Uh-oh. Urging Amish to vote. Like the whole, like people have evolved to go to the bullshit. Get away from the bullshit. They went after an Amish man. That's so weird. For the first time this year, there's more than 180,000 new registered Amish, and it all started last year. The feds came after the Amish man, Amos Miller, in Pennsylvania. Shut down his organic farm because he was selling his own produce. His organic stuff. Remedies, home remedies, sicknesses, all that kind of stuff. Oh, they don't like it when you want to lean on self-sufficiency. So they shut him down. See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter Amish. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter religion. It doesn't matter group. There's always the controllers that even if they act like that they're not dominating, they are. Right? That's why you will never see me leading a group. Don't follow me. Don't do what I do. We did not walk on the same path to get here. Where I go and where other people are going, it's not in the same place. I'm not here to lead anybody. So when people don't subscribe to my channel, I'm just a voice in the wind. I'm just a perspective of somebody that has collected a lot of data that fell through the cracks that nobody ever paid any attention to. But I paid attention and recorded how my whole life I recorded how people that were put in places to help people, what they really did with that. And how power corrupts. And how it makes brother turn against sister. And how it gives people a sense of false hope and security that now is dissolving in people. They don't know how to take care of themselves, and they're not going to be able to find somebody else to take care of them. So, doesn't matter how self-sufficient you are either if you just keep that all to yourself. I did not go out again yesterday. I stayed in. And it rained all day and all night. And I thought, Marge, you got this stuff you got to hand out. It's going to make people feel better. And then I thought, sometimes, Marge, you got to leave people's karma to themselves. You know, just like people have left you to yourself. For years, people have left me to myself. All by myself. Not because I even I was drowning, and it wasn't even because we didn't deserve the life preserve. It's because the people throwing the preserves, they don't want any evidence left anywhere of who and what they actually are. They want the evidence gone. And you know, monsters void of spirit, it's gross what they can do. Thank goodness what God can do is so much bigger and better, huh? Thank goodness I was just a sucker that listened, that I followed my heart, right, Mom?
Very much.
Earth is changing so fast.
Slip and slide.
Slip and slide, Ma. You got that right. Slip and slide. I made some cherry ice cream the other day. It was actually pretty good. Every now and again, not too often, just as a treat, I'll get like a can of apple like filling or cherry filling, and I learned how to make regular ice cream on TikTok. So it's just cream, sugar, condensed milk, and then so I've made chocolate, I've made cherry, and then I get that magic shell. It's also terribly awful for us. That's why we don't eat it very often. That's why it's just it's an occasional thing. Huh, Mom? Then I lift my little dumbbell. My little dumbbells. That's how I earn my food. So I didn't finish the story of the synchronicity of how I went to buy some cat litter at this feed store, and the guy quit selling the cat litter, which is one of the only reasons left why I go to that, because he just kept discontinuing items I would specifically go there for. So I was walking out in frustration, and this couple walked in. It was a husband and a wife, and I was just like, how are you gonna just stop buying stuff that people continue, like, I was letting them know blatantly of my disdain that, this is like, real quick, as I was passing by. And then I left, and then, I don't know, I went off about my day, and then later that afternoon, I said, I'm gonna go to the Trading Post Cafe and get. Usually have like mac and cheese, maybe some brisket. We'll see what they got. Maybe I'll get a nice slice of pie. We'll see. So, because they got good food sometimes, and if it's not busy, I'll stop in if there's a place for me to park. That's a big motivator for me. So, I pull up, and there's a place. So I pull in and I walk in. And I'm just trying to get acclimated and like adjust my eyes and stuff like that, and I'm overstimulated, and the lady goes, "Were you at the feed store earlier today?" And I was like, I was like, "Tom's Taos Tack," and she's like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." I said the dude quits freaking. I was going off, and she said, "Yeah, I heard you." She said, my husband and I were walking in when you were walking out. Well, I couldn't really see, but it was a shadow, and I looked at them, because I do look at people like right in the eye and stuff. And so as I was going by, they had big coats. They had coats on. So, and it was in passing, and I went on my way. And I said, "That's funny." And she said, "Yeah, when we saw you," I said to my husband, I said I should tell her. He said, he said I should tell her to smile, cause something about being prettier or happier or something like that. And then my husband said, "You should probably add a sweetheart to that." Or she goes, "Do you think that she would, like, I'd get a reaction from that?" And then he said, "Probably not if you added a sweetheart to it, right?" And the thing of it is I was so annoyed with what just happened. Like, that it was good that they didn't say anything, because it probably would have made our encounter at the restaurant more awkward. And that's what I told her. I said, "That's funny." I said, "I was so annoyed. It's probably best that you didn't say anything right then." I said, "But if I'm supposed to know people, I'm gonna be presented into their life, or if people are supposed to, it's a two-way street. I never know why people, I just know why I'm supposed to cross people's, that I am supposed to cross people's specific paths, right? I just don't know why until, oh, that's why. I know that I am certain that I was brought back to Taos because mom was thrown away. See, you don't throw people away. You create an environment that it is enriching and cultivating, that however the thing is born into that environment, it can thrive. That's why drug and alcohol abuse exists, because life gets so hard that people don't see a way, and it just hurts and sucks so much that it's just that's their last resort. But if we give people better alternatives, which is something that we should have been doing the whole entire time, but people live from their ego more for their heart. But if they live more from their heart, like Like, we wouldn't have people sitting at desks getting pensions and paychecks to regulate regular people on the street planting fruit and vegetable to eat and making sure people have clean water, because everybody that's a human will die after 3 days without clean water. Every human will die without clean water. And it's becoming more of a problem. You can't drink flood water. You can purify it. You got to give people the means to purify it. There's flooding everywhere. There's fire. Dude, we are in it. Between now, it is going to be a test of the times for many, many people. We're always given enough rope to hang ourselves. Everybody got sick. 2020, they designated sickness as an option, and people grasped it, took it, saw that, that all these people said, if you're healthy, you don't get sick. I didn't see more people getting healthy. I just started seeing them get more withdrawn, closed off. They didn't get healthier. When I was a little girl, we had PE class. The teacher said you got to eat. I was hypoglycemic. I wasn't allowed to eat a lot of sugar. We were taught the importance of diet and exercise for a young age. And now we have people that can't even take care of themselves, of all ages. And there aren't places where these people can go to be taken care of. So we got to create more little pockets of whatever, My pockets of whatever are going to be a little more autonomous. Just no blues, no booze. That's it. Clean up after yourself. Don't be a dirty, sloppy pig. The world is full of gluttony. We can see what happens when those people... That's like Slab City, I think. I don't want no Slab City. Nope. I don't want nothing like that. Different kind of... But see, the people like that aren't going to want... They're not even going to see my place. See? They're not even going to see travel centers like that. Because they can't be who they are in places like that. Because people have the freedom to act however they want to, and what they do with their free will is just really bizarre, isn't it, Mom?
That's right.
Mostly they stifle, they hinder, they don't help, they don't put themselves out there. I do more often than I don't. I got my astrology too, huh, Mom?
Yes.
I got my own. See, gosh darn it. Every time I open up. October 6, 2024. FBI adjourned search for missing teen. Sawade birding ground. 13 years old. I see, people don't know how to talk to each other. You know why, Mom?
Why?
Because they don't know their astrology. Everybody can effectively communicate. They just don't choose to do it at the same time. I don't know if this young person ran away. I don't care. It don't matter. I want to see that less. Oh, there's... Okay. Sweet. The way back. She just said hi to me. Mom's good. that's she's Key Jin. She's live on TikTok right now. Yeah. She is one of the reasons how we got to Taos, because it was in her live on her YouTube channel. She had like, I don't know, she had like 32,000. I don't know, she got her channel taken down. Not before we got here. Or not before we got to Arizona. She got us to Arizona, and then it was Marge's astrology chats that got us to here. And the woman that saw our chat on Marge's astrology that reached out to me said that she knew somebody in Rancho de Taos. I ended up going to the park one day and running into her. Isn't that funny? Like I say, if you're supposed to beat people, you know, people, it's just, life can be so remarkable. People just would rather sit on their couch and play video games. We weren't, thank goodness you didn't let us play video games so much, Ma. We weren't allowed. Besides, I'd rather be outside running around, playing around, having a good time, stuff like that. You know, yeah. Not like imposed reality. I've never been a fan of the imposed reality much. So, anyway,